Hello, I'm Rachel Jones for the Finance News Network. Joining me from Silver Heritage is CEO Mike Bolsover. Mike, welcome to FNN.
Thanks very much for having me.
So first up, Mike, could you start by giving us an introduction to your company?
So Silver Heritage is a listed company here in Australia. We listed in August 2016. We run 3 separate casinos, 2 in Nepal, 1 in Vietnam, including one in Nepal where we actually own the license, the underlying land, and the casino operations themselves. So in total, we have 74 gaming tables and over 350 gaming machines. Principally, all of our growth from now onwards is through our own integrated resort on the border with India.
So now let's talk about your first half 2018 results. What were the highlights?
So the highlights really in the first half of 2018 were moving from operating losses into operating profits. So that transition has actually happened just after the first half, and in the first 2 months of the third quarter, indeed, we're tracking to be about $3.5 million of annualized EBITDA.
Thanks, Mike. Now, before we talk about your operations, can you tell us about your gaming operations and why you've chosen Nepal?
The company itself grew up from 2003 to 2013 with casino partners all over the region, from Macau to Vietnam to Nepal and the Philippines. So we've really leveraged our experience gained in all of those countries and put that to work in Nepal. So what we've seen in Nepal is a favourable foreign direct investment market, fairly new casino regulations, and of course a huge burgeoning middle class in India and also in China to the north. So it's really using all of our experience in the past 10 years and putting that to work in an area of high growth from a demographic and also from an economic perspective.
And Mike, can you give me more detail about Tiger Palace Hotel?
Sure, so the resort itself is situated in 10 hectares or 22 acres of land. We've built on only 50% of that, so there's a lot of area for expansion. The casino itself is obviously doing extremely well. Outside of that, we have Nepal's largest swimming pool. We have 2 fantastic villas and 100 rooms and suites. We have food and beverage facilities in 5 separate locations. And we also have great meetings, incentives, convention and exhibition facilities adjoining the resort. So we really can cater to both gamers and non-gamers alike, and both Nepal, Indian and international travellers.
Very good. Now to your operations. Can you tell us more about your 3 revenue lines, starting with Vietnam?
Sure. So Vietnam, we have a casino management contract. We're currently operating there with 15 gaming tables and 94 electronic gaming machines. That's a contract that we've had already for 8 years now, and we have great experience in Vietnam. That current management contract goes until March of 2025, although we've had a history of re-signing contracts to manage casinos. So from Vietnam, we move across to Nepal, whereas part of our strategy, our long-term strategy, has really been to integrate vertically into the casino business itself. So the first project that we have is in Kathmandu, where we lease the property, and we have a casino license which we own, and also a casino management contract that we own. In there we have 15 tables and 38 gaming machines, so a fairly similar size to what we have in Vietnam. And thirdly, and most excitedly, we now own our own integrated resort project on the border with India, again where we own the land, the license and also the management contract. So this is really a perfect scenario for us where we have total control over the property. Currently there we have 45 tables and 216 gaming machines with a lot of space for expansion.
Excellent. So to the last question now, Mike, what can investors look out for in terms of news flow over the next 12 months?
Sure, so we've just released our first half results and a trading update, and as you've heard, last week we've announced a capital raise and a successful renegotiation of the bond terms. So this really puts the company in a fantastic situation with respect to its balance sheet. Very manageable covenants, very manageable payback and amortization of that debt. So we're very excited again now to have redone the debt package, to have had support from shareholders, old and new, and also for the business itself to be trending so well. And we're very confident again moving forwards that we'll be able to both service the debt and also make additional earnings over and above that to fund expansion or for whatever strategies that we end up deciding as a board.
Mike Bolsover, thanks for the update.
Thanks very much for having me.